Hello everybody and welcome back to our, believe me when I tell you this, initiative run of Terra Invicta on Veteran. We did Humanity first on Brutal, and it was brutal. We got annihilated. I started the war too early, I made some critical errors, we got wiped out. We're trying again, and we're trying again as the initiative, which I know it doesn't look like we're doing, but let me just show you the council that I rerolled and rerolled and rerolled to start the Humanity first campaign, which then ended after like 6 hours. We got Deborah, who has, well, actually, there's nothing that special about Deborah, but Melvood here has Striver, and one of the initial recruit pool, one of these slots, has Striver. So what I'm going to do is reroll a initiative campaign and then add 2 Striver traits to our two of our first 3 counselors. Unless I happen to roll a quick learner trait, and let's just we'll have a quick learner and a striver, and there's nothing you can do about it. I don't want to spend like ages and ages and ages rolling the start again. So in a moment, you will see the start that I have created, but could have rolled. So if that's cheating, don't worry about it. There'll be plenty of horrendous things that we'll do in this campaign to make up for it by just being incompetent.
In our ignorance, we fractured, taking refuge in our most primal emotions. Each of us saw what we wanted to see.
The initiative.
Survival of the fittest has always been the game. Whether you're beating your enemy with a rock or a lawsuit, you have to be vicious to be the top dog. Because when you've worked for everything, and you've fought for all you have, nothing will satisfy you, except everything.
It's a good line. You must admit, that's a pretty hard line.
The council has appointed you leader of our organization.
Will ourselves to power.
Your chief operating officer. We're living in a time of great change.
Great change. Ava arriving in China will transform our worlds. So true. Let's go for it then. Now, playing as the initiative. I will show you the actual rolled start in a minute. We haven't done it yet. But playing as the initiative, when I started playing as the Academy on the long Terra Invicta campaign we've done, I said that they had the only ideology that was coherent in the face of the alien threat. But in terms of the solution that they apply, the initiative kind of also has a coherent ideology. And we'll get more into that as the game unfolds. I think the initiative are probably the second most viable long-term humanity survives option out of any of the others. So it's good to be playing the initiative. Okay, here we go. So as promised, our 3 advisors. This one's a striver and this one's a striver. And I actually decided to go kingpin and diplomat this time, which means we're guaranteed government and criminal. And then we also have this guy who is also a project manager, which is nice. So we get the instant cogs, which means we'll have 2 projects right from the beginning. Brazen, so he's going to be more persuasive in highly educated places. Unifier, so more persuasion in places that are high unity, and actually same on this guy, which is pretty nice. So that's 11 base persuasion in China right at the beginning of the game, because China starts off very, very unified, dominated, in fact. We don't have any public opinion in China. Whoa, loads of initiative public opinion. Oh, in Kazakhstan as well. That's going to be problematic. North Korea is servant heaven. Okay, we've got some Myanmar buff. That's good. Laos is all humanity first. Oh, we've got some Afghanistan. That's helpful. That's helpful. But that is unfortunate, and that is unfortunate. We'll see what we can do to bust our way through that. I've decided I'm going to do the first episode edited. Because if you didn't watch the Humanity First campaign, we just did a immediate China start. I don't want to re-commentate all the same stuff over again. So I'm just going to cut in and out as, you know, important stuff happens. Let's just get our XP spent. You can't. This is our non-quick learner of our first 3. And he is eventually going to be a investigator. In fact, let me name everyone. Say hello to Mike Money, Daniel Dollars, and Paul Pounds. Mike here is going to be our primary persuasion counselor. Daniel Dollars here is espionage. And she will be our murderer for this evening's entertainment. And Paul here is our investigator. Paul is investigate. Excellent. Leaving, of course, an open slot we could do with a commander. Paul, for now, though, I am going to push their command up a little bit rather than pushing their investigate, because we don't really need investigate super early on. It's going to be more important that we just work on making sure we grab Kazakhstan early. I think I'm going to put both on Kazakhstan. You're probably not good enough to push for Kazakhstan early. Let's grab Kyrgyzstan here.
At your service.
Yoinking into some of these nations. Obviously, we're going for our adjacencies on China. And we are off to the races. That is an 8% boost in China, bringing us to 19. Were we already at 11? I didn't notice that. We weren't, were we? Maybe an event boosted us up a bit. Nice. We are struggling a little bit for adjacency control. Humanity First and Exodus are fighting us, but the glorious Mike Money with his 11 persuasion is making progress. Sarah Schilling, by the way, Kingpin, criminal background. She's going to be our command and perhaps also advise counselor. We have got control of Russia. That was easy. We got some lucky rolls. We're just spoiling the bejesus out of it, getting piles of money. Hopefully, buying some new orgs. We need what we're critically missing right now is our investigate counselor can't crack down, which is really bad. I'm tempted to buy this, even though we don't need it right now. It's only 1 science pip, but the 7 mining bonus. Yeah, I think I am actually going to grab that. Oh, I didn't mean to unpause this quickly, but another 10%, 9% followed by 10% on public support. Mwah! Beautiful. I love Mike Money. We are up to 60% public support here. Looks like no one else was even trying. That's fantastic. They would struggle to anyway. We have lost some points, and I have spent quite a lot of influence locking down some adjacent control points because we were being fought for them, which is a waste in some ways, but I think it's going to come good. There is, frustratingly, an amazing thing here, which we would love, but we can't afford it. We would also love this, but we can't afford that either. One came and went, which granted the trait, what is it? Investigate counselor? No, crackdown that we desperately need, but we couldn't afford it, which is frustrating. But we press on and we go for China. Okay, and there we go. We have 5 of the points here. I think. Oh no, okay, we can. I think we can just about afford to hold on to the 3rd one by abandoning Kazakhstan. So let me just grab the last one. Right now we're rolling. Yeah, 70%, which obviously hit approximately 70% of the time. Okay, there's the final control point in China. We have complete control. Stop. We're going to go a mix between boost and mission control. Try and get to space as quickly as we can. So, briefly, let's just talk about what the heck the plan is. That's a good research. Picking all the right research is being picked. That's nice. The plan is the aliens will force us to go to war in 2048. Because we are on brutal, we can get 83 mission control before we are forced to, before it pushes the alien hate to such a level that we have to go to war with them, basically. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to pull Kazakhstan out of the Eurasian Union. We just consolidated controls. This is really good timing, honestly. You can set national policy. You can... Yeah, and then we're going to immediately start trying to work on the EU. I don't like our odds, especially early. I mean, it's going to be really, really tough. But we're going to immediately start working on the EU. And the next, and not this episode, but the continuation of this episode is going to be all fully recorded, like normal. One thing I will say is this is a lot of saves. Just don't trouble yourself. Don't trouble yourself about how many times I saved over the last hour. From here on out, no saves going. But I mean, I can't tell a lie. There's been a little, just a hint, a wafer thin hint of it so far. I'm just going to basically do training missions with all of these, and anywhere we can crack the servants out of somewhere, I think is worth doing. And then any productive public campaigns. We want Brussels to be on our side because it's going to help us break into France. And we're going to have to abandon Kazakhstan, but first we will pull them out of the Eurasian Union. There we go, already up to 55% on Belgium-Luxembourg. And with this removal,
Mission complete.
we leave the Federation. There we go, back up to 0.1 boost. Now, actually, I'm considering tanking this massive penalty because China is really difficult to break into, and Kazakhstan, we have our interests defended. So I think I am actually just going to tank being over the NC cap. Just make sure we have definitely abandoned everywhere that is not Kazakhstan. And yeah, right, we haven't, because we've cracked into Slovenia. Abandoning that will help. Yeah, a little. So this will really hurt our influence gain, but I think it's worth it for the boost that we're getting out of Kazakhstan right now. We are being uncompromising. We're just pushing boost on Kazakhstan. Last time we didn't abandon Kazakhstan. This time I think we will. We really shouldn't need a boost, or that much boost, once we're properly in space. Okay, but from your perspective in just a moment, from my perspective tomorrow, we will continue with the unedited version of the continuation of the run now that we have China under control. Right, where were we? I think one thing we need to do now is figure out what we're going to do with China. What are actually our priorities here? Let's go speed 5 for a sec. So I think what we need to do, and we are still going to do the strat where we try and get Taiwan, and then Taiwan annexes all of China. To that end, actually, what we should do is take one control point in Taiwan, set it to max government, and then abandon it. And it doesn't seem like other people go for Taiwan that much. Maybe because we have China, I don't know. But hopefully that would just let us have Taiwan getting its government up to 10 without us actually having to own the control point. Would be nice. So in China, as I understand it, the priorities for building a nation are you... In fact, you know what? I watched a tutorial about this the other day that had a flowchart. Let me just grab that. Okay, I found some numbers that were shared, and I think this was by Graveless Gaming, who I've been enjoying watching series of, by the way, if you want someone else to watch. I've been looking at some numbers, and apparently, for min-maxing a nation, and this is mostly about targeting science, I believe, what we want to do is get 10,000 GDP per capita, which we obviously have, then target 3.6 inequality, then GDP per capita 21, then education 12, that seems crazy, then GDP per capita 35,000, then inequality 3, then GDP per capita 55,000. Okay, so we want to lower the inequality a bit. But we need the mission control, is the thing. I guess we don't need the mission control that urgently yet. And if I build mission control now, we're not using it, right? So it's kind of wasted until we get mission to the moon and stuff. Should I be focused on chemical rocketry, by the way? Shouldn't I be focused on nuclear fission in space? Because this leads to... doesn't this allow some rockets we need? Why isn't it panning to things when you click on show tree there, by the way? Is there a different button that's like show this in tree? I don't think so. This should obviously pan to it, right? Anyway, nuclear fission in space unlocks a bunch of stuff. But I think the answer is we should be pushing, we should grow the economy a bit. Because we can do that. We should grow the economy while also trying to slightly diminish the inequality. I think that is the path to success right now in China. But yeah, where... Well, the other thing we need is, we've got mass drivers, which enables space mining and refining. So that's good, which then gives you mission to the asteroids and stuff. Oh, hang on, mission to the asteroids. There it is, mission to Mars, mission to the moon requires orbital hub. So mission to the moon is available. Mission to Mars, we have everything we need for it. Excellent. So then the next thing we want is... Which one gives the nuclear freighters, which makes it cheaper for us to deliver stuff? This gives reusable rockets. Is it electromagnetic fusion? No. Lets you unlock some less relevant stuff. Where are they? Let me show the full tree. I can just do it this way, I guess. Always takes a moment to load. Nuclear freighters. Nuclear freighters are unlocked by solid core fission, which is unlocked by fission in space. Okay, that's why we're going fission in space, because we want nuclear solid core fission systems so we can get nuclear freighters unlocked. And then the other ones are called... I think they're also called freighters, aren't they? Or rockets? Interplanetary chemical rockets? Is it this one? Yeah, interplanetary chemical rockets. Although actually, do you need interplanetary chemical rockets if you get nuclear freighters? It reduces the boost. Transport using boost will calculate the cost using that exhaust velocity. But if you have nuclear freighters, I guess you don't need this. Technically. We're getting advanced chemical rocketry already anyway. I guess we might want that to go to the moon slightly faster. Okay, so what I'm going to focus on doing is trying to raise the economy up a bit here. And when we are the initiative. Surely we shouldn't care about climate change. So I think I'm going to try not worrying about climate change, which seems scary. Have I introduced you to my final council member, by the way? This is Eli Euro. He's a government guy. Oh, hey, nice. A administration org. Yes, please. Where are my notes? Have I put him in my sheet yet? I haven't. Eli, he's going to be espionage and advise as his two main priorities. Yeah, should be good. So that leaves us with 2 espionage and 1 investigate, which is kind of the wrong way around. I'd rather have another investigate councillor.
We are in control now.
Purged into Norway. So we'll just set that to spoils and then abandon. That was just a training purge. There's social science labs. We've unlocked lots of the science labs already. We should get outposts unlocked. We still don't have a engineering thing here. I was wrong, by the way. The fact that we have the project manager doesn't unlock our second slot, unfortunately. Control point lost in Russia. Yeah, that's to be expected. We should try and make friends with humanity first. We haven't got any reason to move against them right now, I don't think. You know what we should probably also do? Ally Russia. It costs influence though. Probably not worth it to spend influence on. China doesn't need stabilizing. Kazakh, oh yeah, Kazakh definitely does actually. Let's do a round of stabilizing in Kazakhstan. Because that is a contested mission, so it's a perfectly useful thing to use our people on. God, not many of our people have it. Only 2 have reduced unrest. That's not ideal, actually. That's pretty bad. Could do a public campaign. That's a contested one. Eli. We've got pretty good support in Belgium, Luxembourg now. You are my espionage, aren't you? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're espionage, but you don't have take control point. Or purge, rather. That's not ideal. Just come and help run this wave of Kazakhstan swaying. And then... yeah, not good enough to grab a control point. Do a surveil in China. Where did the aliens crash down this time? I forget. Oh, our defend interest in Kazakh has run out. Do we need to defend our interests here? We probably should.
Where do you need me?
Daniel, can you defend interests? You can. Go defend interests in Kazakhstan. Good stuff. We're still way over the cap, but a 5.4 penalty. Yeah, we definitely need to defend interests if we're rocking a 5.4 penalty. Do we really not have anywhere else I can abandon? I don't think we do, but it's worth checking. No, we don't. Oh, that's so dangerous. 5.4. Maybe I should defend interests in China. But they're not going to be able to break into China, realistically. Oh, are you kidding? 3 boost. That's a lot of our boost. Mongolia is peaceful. Down to strife. Why was I doing it in Mongolia? I think that was just a misclick. Nuts. Big public opinion boost. And yeah, our investment points here are rising. One other thing we could do is hold on to Kazakhstan with its boost and unify in the rest of the stans. Well, not the rest of the stans, but the northern stans. But you need tech for that, so I don't think that's worth it. I think we want to focus our tech on, you know, mining and combat capabilities. The Belgian slots are going to other people, but we'll be able to break into Belgium. It's France that's going to be the really challenging place to break into. Oh, you have turned councillor. That's useful. You don't have inspire. Could really do with inspire on you. Let's go execute my theory. Grab a point here. Could our other... Yeah, Paul, could you grab a point here? With a big influence spend. I think we'd rather save the influence. How about a hostile takeover? No. You know what we should do? We should try and... Yeah, who do we want to be our allies? Humanity First or Resistance? Humanity First are more distant from us politically, but I think they're more likely to murder aliens, and I'd like to be able to give our intel to them, but I think the Resistance will be the ones that are easiest to keep sweet. So I'm going to start trying to investigate councillors, hoping to find a member of the Resistance, and I want to get a non-aggression pact and an intel sharing agreement with the Resistance. That way, if they find aliens, we can kill them, and if we find aliens, they can kill them. The Resistance does target killing aliens, right? It's not just Humanity First. I believe Humanity First is the most aggressive at it, but with 11 points of purge, let's run a purge attempt here.
Removing our enemies.
Sarah, oh sorry, oh damn it! And then now none of you are able to reduce unrest. It's unfortunate. I do still have some unrest I'd like to lower here. We only have contact with Humanity First right now, yeah? We want to remain friendly with Humanity First. Let's go talk to them. It's just that you can't intel share with two different factions. Is there any reason for me not to do a non-aggression pact with Humanity First? I don't think so, because our next moves are going to be against Europe. There is some Humanity First in England, but lots of we could do in Europe without going against Humanity First. So yeah, I think a non-aggression pact with Humanity First seems unproblematic to me.
I will tell our story.
We've consolidated executive control in Oman, despite the fact that we abandoned it. Nice.
We'll open a channel.
Hello, Humanity First.
Chase your worthless goals.
Oh, I can't non-aggression pact them. Probably they're too distant. They're 2.5 away. You can probably only do it within 2. So we could do it potentially with Protectorate or Resistance. But Protectorate are bad guys, so we're not doing that. Ooh, that's a nice one. As is that. Man, both good things. That's pretty good too. Well, I would like this, and I'd be willing to pay a significant sum, but probably not 5,000, because our cash income, remember, is basically gone. I don't think any of these are spare right now. Do you want as much for the shield initiative? 3,000? No, it's not worth it. Alright, have 4 for a little improved relations. So in terms of our plans, damn. In terms of our plans, the aliens will force us to go to war in 2048. My plan at the moment is to build up to approximately 83 mission control, maybe 80. And then from there, try and get into a place where we can militarily move against the aliens. And we may do an early just shoot down one ship for the alien tech mission. And then as soon as I feel like we're ready to go against the aliens, whether or not it's 2048, we'll go. But we'll just be in less of a hurry, basically. We'll be in less of a kind of urgent need to press against them. So we are now at a 7.6 penalty. That's really bad. But now just go full government.
The opposition remains in power.
Oh, lost that roll at 86. Nuts. There goes control point in Russia. And another in Russia. Humanity First really tearing through our Russian holdings. That gives Humanity First the largest nuclear stockpile in the game, which is troubling. But if Humanity First wants to nuke the aliens, I know it causes economic damage, but so does losing the planet to aliens. I'm going to go for I'm going to risk staying another turn.
Acknowledged.
Well, no, I don't need to actually, do I? I can abandon anyway, even though we're going for another point here. Yeah, that seems fine. We don't get any income from it, but the government investment does stay in place, I think. Pretty sure. Daniel
Here.
or Paul. Paul, I need you to come and lower the unrest here. You can use 1 op each time. We don't have that many ops. Sarah, you can't investigate, can you? We're basically just doing missions in order to skill up. There must be a way that I can more productively do that, though. Let's do... Yeah, let's do improve missions to try and public campaign in places that we will care about in the future. I'm basically just going for somewhere, the places in Europe that are easiest to run these missions.
Making our case.
Because successful improved relations gives 2 XP, I believe. Let me check. Public campaign, yeah, 2 XP. It also causes no noise, which means it's not more likely to let them get caught, which is very useful. Does this grant anything, by the way? Steel project. Not what we need, but still useful. Probably most important to put on the investigate counselor here. He is our investigation guy, isn't he? Paul Pound. Which does sound a bit like a porn name now I think about it. That hadn't occurred to me before. We are going to crank admin as our top priority on leveling people. Are you a quick learner or a striver? You're a quick learner. I've been very picky, by the way. We have another striver, which I think is it's important to just pure focus on XP traits. Lets us scale up so nicely. We don't need to invent interplanetary warships, but we certainly will in the fullness of time. Is management research worth doing already? I think a xenology lab is an important step. The fact that we managed to get China so early, we were about 4 months faster? No, 5 months faster than last game. Getting full control of China is really, really nice. Puts us in a very strong position to be able to have control of science early.
Public sentiment is increasing
Nice.
with us.
Do it again.
We've moved the needle.
Do it again. You get a bit of influence income just from your global public opinion as well. In fact, it's the majority of our global, our public opinion, our influence gain right now. Composite armor. Is composite armor good? No, we're probably going to go straight to nanotubes. I don't think we need that tech. Is it easier to crack down a control point, or to use control point? Sorry, to purge a cracked down control point, or to use control nation? I don't know. Put that on government too. Why government, by the way? Because we want it to have 10 when we use it to unite with China and give them our democracy score, so that we can get sorry, it's our government score technically, but it will be a full democracy, and then we'll have China with crazy science output. Okay, Mike, if you could grab control of the executive in Taiwan, or get them on government as well.
At your service.
And you, my purger. Yeah, preventing the protectorate from consolidating control in Europe seems like a worthy use for our purging. Okay, jolly good. Oh, right, yeah. And abandon this. We are still able to use control nation on abandoned one. Hijacked 2 boost killing events in a row. Are you kidding me? Pay the ransom. Okay, we still lost 2,500, which sucks, but at least we didn't lose the boost. Okay, so what is stopping us going to the moon right now? We need... There's another tech, I think. We did lead on advanced chemistry, that's good.
We're winning their hearts
Yeah, just
and
keep doing these
minds.
public campaigns. Nice. There is chemical rocketry. Now we need... Right, yeah, mission to the moon. Are we ready to go to the moon? We don't have any of the projects that make it cost less boost, but I think it's probably worth doing anyway. National investment in boost priority. It would be useful, but it's so short term. I struggle to want to invest in it. We should put less into the economy here. Boost is a short term. In fact, you know what? Yeah, it's a short term play for Kazakhstan. Just go boost. There's our final bit in Taiwan. And you know what? They'll actually have enough government investment, probably not even from full government. So I'll have them also found a space program as a matter of some urgency. And that'll be useful for us later. Success chance 17%. They did defend their interests there. But hopefully Humanity First can come in and fight them for it. Nice. That works. Now here, we need to abandon policies. There we go. Good stuff. Mike, what do I want you to do? You can just keep stabilizing Kazakhstan, I guess.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
Because there's really, until we get more control points, there's really nothing we need to do. So, you know what I'm going to do? I think we're going to actually commit to that idea. Let's just train. I'm basically just going to repeat all these missions over and over until we have something else that we need to do. Speed of hab modules by only 11%. It doesn't seem fast enough to be worth doing. 11%. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not quick, is it? It's not a sort of big impact. But I mean, 11% faster on Mars. It means you get your mines are launching 11% faster. No, just start working on interplanetary warships. Although, do it kind of half-heartedly because mission to the moon's a priority. Probes, however, I think that is useful because that just, if we don't research this, we get hit with the proposition that someone else gets to Mars before us, which seems unacceptable to me. Terrorist bombing in Yanong. National tragedy. Some damage in Myanmar. Gain some... Oh, use the bombing as a pretext to crack down on our opponents. Nice. Sure. I'm doing that mostly for the influence more than the public opinion boost. Seems good.
Violence is abating.
2 more successes there.
No sway in their minds.
Alright, I need an easier mission.
People will come to our
And an
side.
easier mission for them as well. Because again, this is just training. There we go. This is the important one. In fact, it's even more important than high thrust probes. Interplanetary chemical rockets. It only costs 100. We get that in time for mission to the moon. Nice. And then we try and get nuclear rockets before mission to Mars, but we'll see. Damn. Major damage to Guangzhou down here. Yikes. That was a very explosive looking typhoon.
We're in control here.
So there's the purge into Micronesia. This is where I forget where Micronesia is. Is it one of the ones out here? Yes, it is. I'm so bad at knowing the names of these islands. My sister is insanely good. She knows the flag and country and border outline of all of these countries. I mean, and all the other countries, but those ones are the most impressive in my book. It's insane. It looks like our abandonment has ended in some places. Oh no, that's executive control. Okay. Executive control in Bhutan. Cool. Any level ups? Yes, you're a striver, aren't you? Keep giving me that admin and even more admin. 2.4 thousand though. Is that worth it? I mean, that's a lot of money. That's like a big chunk of change. You are set to be an advisor, aren't you? Oh, you haven't got room for it. It's a really big chunk of money, but I think, boom, I think it's worth it.
In 1954, the Americans
There's nuclear
built the
fusion.
first nuclear
Sorry,
power
fission. Oh, damn, we didn't get control. There went domestic policies, which is useful, especially for the administration node. But it's not ideal, but it's not the. It's definitely not the worst thing. GDP is growing here, slowly but steadily. Well, it's pretty fast actually, but. Any hostile takeover options? Not really. So what could I do with you that would be a good training mission? How about increasing unrest somewhere where our enemies are in control? Who has Haiti? No one. How about Liberia? Also no one. Yeah, probably. Why is it so easy here? I guess popular support makes it easier. Yeah, much easier. What else do I want to do? There's not really a great training mission for her. I guess she's just going to go around purging servants. Sarah Schilling, I'm going to want you to popular support. Somewhere easy, but that is somewhat relevant. Like Mongolia. Euro. You're a purger who hasn't got the ability to purge, which is, I mean, it's upsetting. You can also increase in Mongolia. 20 each time. Alright, training missions established. It's just Daniel will need to move around. Daniel is my investigator, isn't he? No, Paul's my investigator. Maybe Paul should be investigating other councillors. There's interplanetary rockets. Nice. Back to high thrust probes. We still don't have nuclear rockets, though. I believe we are eligible to unlock it now. Because it's... Is it this one that unlocks it? No, sorry, it's the... we're not as eligible to unlock... Or we're not as likely to unlock it because we didn't spend much towards it. Oh, no, sorry, it's not this. You need solid core fission systems as well. Is that right? Where is it? Fission in space, fission in space. Where is fission in space? Am I being silly? Ah, right, it's third tier. So here it is. We need solid core fission systems for nuclear freighters, right? Yeah, that's unfortunate that they didn't pick it. We'll do it after the mission to the moon, I guess. God, the unrest here is increasing quite a lot. Cohesion's low, and GDP is obviously also low. So I think we permanent assignment that, and we permanent assignment that, and then we just let them skill up basically. Daniel, you're my non-hard worker. Can I put this on you? I can. Another science for her. I'm pushing science orgs onto her, by the way, because she is going to be our advisor. She's one of our advisors. Her and Sarah. Sorry, no, she is Sarah. Sarah and Eli are the two main advisors that we want. Okie dokie. Ticking up. Do I need more mission control right now? We're going to have probably 3 moon mines. It's a real shame we're missing those fissils from the last series, by the way. The fissils on the moon were bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Any chance I talk to Exodus? That could be interesting. Let's go talk to Exodus. How far away is Exodus from us ideologically? Oh, even further than Humanity First. Well, worth opening a dialogue, I think. Oh, wait, why can't I take an aggression pact with them? Is my ideology diagram out of date? Let me check. Yes, my chart is out of date. Exodus is equally distant as Humanity First. 2.5 away. But that's good to know so that I can copy that image, update that in my notes spreadsheet. Excellent. Having looked into it, we actually should be able to non-aggression pact everyone. Maybe we were just too strong at the moment that we tried to ask them for it. But I have discovered something else, which is that as the initiative, we can't intel share, which is upsetting. I think a non-aggression pact with them would be fine for right now, right? They do have quite a lot of Europe, but we're not going to get into Europe fast. We probably shouldn't make a non-aggression pact we intend to break. That seems that seems bad. What we need is something that lets us, one that enables crackdown or one that enables purge would be good. I don't have anything that enables that. We haven't got much money anymore either because I spent a ton of it. So we probably don't want to do anything, honestly. Just have a little improved relations for now. Yeah, so we can't ever intel share. That's going to make the game harder. But that kind of works, you know. We put the difficulty up one level, so... as in, we made it easier, one level, so... locking ourselves out of intel share is not the worst. Repeat that. Why are you only reducing it by 0.5 when the other guy's reducing it by point? Maybe you can't do it multiple times per turn now, has a diminishing return. Okay, mission to the moon successful. Excellent. Launch a probe, for sure. I think that means high thrust probes is only going to be useful for the next one, yeah. There goes the probe. Excellent. Now, Ad Astra or straight to Mars? I don't think there's any need to rush Mars. Because we won't be ready to build things on Mars yet. We'd like nuclear probes first, honestly. So perhaps that's what we should do next. Solid core. Sorry, nuclear freighters. Let's do solid core first. That gives us some time to set up some mining on the moon and get some actual materials before we have to spend it all trying to build mines on Mars. I think that's, if not sensible, at least not stupid. We also would like fission piles for Mars. For sure. So I guess next game we'll play as someone who's allowed to do intel shares. There goes our Micronesian. And Nepal Bhutan, that's fine. How is this going, by the way? Your space program almost founded? Yeah, we can still change these even while it's cracked down, which is nice. Alright, our crackdowns have expired. Where? Azerbaijan. Abandon that. Oman. Abandon that. It's just both in Azerbaijan. Yes. Okay, so Daniel. What could you do to train Daniel? You could purge Mongolia? Sure. Go ahead. Speaking of training, level ups. More admin. Anything for you? What's this? Gives coup d'etat and increase unrest. I don't think we need that. Ooh, the Gulf Cartel. Only on a criminal, but you need both criminal and influence in Mexico. Okay. You are able to assassinate, yes? Yes, good. Okie doke. Slowly increasing our control point cap. I thought probes will come out in September. I don't think we need to do more here now. Back down to 0.1. We should probably leave one of them there just to hold the unrest down. It's a shame that Advise only gives 1 XP. Hey, Taiwan has finished its program. Good. I think just mission control now. And yeah, we really don't need much investment in government. Although if someone will come and take it off us soon, so maybe it'll be more worth it. But just getting them to get some mission control such that when we take them over, we get to benefit from it. Seems good. We should probably... I think we should sway in favor of more mission control, because we are getting towards when we're going to need a bunch of it to set up mines.
Our people are taking control.
So, and we will immediately abandon Mongolia. Good. Now, the other thing we could do differently this game, compared to last one, is immediately start focus on uniting stuff into China rather than going after Europe. Because it was a real, I mean, it took 2 hours of reloading to get France the last time, which I don't want to do this campaign. So maybe I will stay focused on the east this time. It could be fun. And then just get Europe a bit later. It will let, hopefully, the Protectorate unite up more of Europe in our absence, which will, of course, make it more difficult to break into it, but We'll see. So what is the... Yeah, the stability situation here is not bad. Let's just put Paul on it. No, hang on. Paul's my investigator. We should... I think we should spend some time investigating people.
Where to?
Daniel, you're known to a lot of people, although we're not hostile to anyone yet, are we? Tolerance, conflict, tolerance. Yeah, so we don't think we need to start going to ground yet. You could public campaign. Yeah, so if we are going to start working on over here first, Singapore I think is a good one to grab, just because it's relatively wealthy. So let's start working on public campaigns down here and trying to make sure that our enemies don't consolidate control too much. That's not looking easy. Any points that we can grab? Yeah. And then we can just grab some points and then start them, you know, put them on the path to more sensible IP investment. There we go. 10 thistles on this one bit of the moon. That's good. And 8 on this bit. Okay, I think that's a pretty good moon. By my reckoning, anyway. So, Luna. Costs 6 to launch one. I think we get 3 moon mines. We definitely grab the Copernicus crater with its 10 thistles. Yeah. Then, last time our critical shortage was water. So I think we grab Shackleton. And then we need some nobles. So that leaves this one. Now the question is, would I rather grab this with the 6 water or this with 36 metal? Metal was not our shortage last time. So let's take the noble metals. I guess maybe it's not a good moon because there's only 1 noble metals point. And is this the right one to grab? Did we get any volatiles on the other sites that we just got? Only 2. Yikes. But you don't need much volatiles for founding stuff. It's mostly upkeep. Ah, that's true of water as well, isn't it? But we have literally no water upkeep right now. Do I want the 6 water or the 3 water and the 1.8 of this? That keeps it kind of more balanced. Yeah, let's grab the Perry crater. I think that's prudent. Now, do I want to build the mines before we have nuclear freighters? Oh, we haven't even invented mines, so it's moot. Never mind. Never mind. We will work on that. Are we not even researching it? Oh, God. That's a mistake. I didn't realize we hadn't got mines yet. Founding them was probably a mistake then, because they'll take some upkeep. Nothing unusual found. Only a 70% chance. Huh. Thought it was higher than that. A boost in Singapore. Oh yeah, you should not be set on Mongolia. We'll send you south to try and start boosting up here. So how does the uniting work in hey, there's high thrust probes. Nice. We need fission pile for now, I think. Yeah. How does the uniting work in Asia? Let me see if someone's already made a flowchart. Okay, so it goes Republic of the Southern Cross, which gives Australia claims on a bunch of this lot. We unite them in. Greater Indonesia, which gives them claims on Australia, so you unite them into Indonesia. Then Southeast Asian Alliance, which gives Thailand claims on Indonesia, unite them into Thailand. Then Pan-Asian Combine gives China claims on Thailand. You unite all of that into China. So we're just going to work on getting control of as much as this as we can, starting with Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore, and then probably Thailand. And then we try and get those states stable. When you unite into people, you get all of their land if you unite, but areas you don't have a claim on have a chance to break away if your unity is low. So we will work on getting their unity. I believe if it's over 5, they don't break free. So we need to work on that. I think that's the plan. Let's play an Asia-focused game. There's Papua New Guinea. So in Papua New Guinea, what is the situation? Basically, it's not equal enough. So let's just do an economy welfare play, trying to boost them up a bit. Failed to purge against Norway. And then we got to abandon the nation, of course. Boom. Good stuff. Crackdowns expired on Israel. We've just been pure spoiling Israel, by the way. We'll abandon that. Crackdown on Brunei has expired. Sorry, Nepal, Bhutan has expired, and Afghanistan's expired. Good. So yeah, that's the plan. We're going to focus Asia this game. Maybe we'll do a Europe run next time. We'll probably still get Europe later in this game, but
Ready to go.
for now, focus the East. Should be easier to break into. France, especially once it starts uniting up, just becomes a real pain. So, who controls Thailand? No one controls Thailand. Okay.
Standing by.
Mike, go yoink Thailand.
We'll bring this nation to our side.
Reporting in.
And then Daniel, you can't public campaign, can you? Any new... Well, first off, level ups, Paul. Ooh, the IMF, and we can actually afford it. Yes! That's so good. That's so good. We lost out on this to the aliens last time. I'm thrilled. We'll put it on our advisor. 21 admin already. It's going to be tempting to throw her straight into advising, honestly. She is a quick learner. What is this grant? Control nation. Don't I need control nation on one of my persuasive guys? You have control nation. You have control nation. No, they all have control nation already. Let's throw it on him, so we just keep pumping his stuff up. Oh, one of them had 28 XP. Welcome to more admin. Yeah, I think I might actually... Oh, and you're a striver as well. 2 more admin. I think once she gets to 25 admin, I am going to just have her advise China. Because China, especially if we don't go Europe, China is just such a centerpiece of the run. Having it scale as fast as possible seems worth it to me. Any purges we want to attempt? Not really. Then just roll a control nation here
Establishing our presence.
without high
You
odds.
think a threat this big?
Please, please. Something to do with mining. Ad Astra. That is useful, but not quite what we wanted. It's not the end of the world. We do need the solid core fusion systems. Let's deprioritize this. Critical failure. Uh-oh. Detected by our enemies. We'll need him to go to ground, probably. Although we're still not in conflict with anyone, so...
We're winning.
Oh, and I forgot to move the ones off Mongolia. Nuts. It's okay. They're still skilling up, at least. Yeah, I like the idea of just this kind of Asia-focused play. I think that's going to be fun.
We've gained significant support.
Okay, there's one in Thailand. So what's the problem with Thailand? Basically, inequality. So probably a similar setup, honestly. Just grow the economy and invest in welfare. That seems good. And there's some unrest to be lowered. Cambodia, probably similar situation. Honestly. Yeah. So it's all going to merge into Thailand, which means it will all inherit Thailand's government score. But then we're going to unite it into China. So it'll inherit China's government score, who inherited it from Taiwan. So I don't think I need to worry about government scores down here at all. Just keep grabbing control.
Your orders?
You... Any new orgs? No. I just... You know what Sarah could also do? Some hostile takeovers. Yeah, before people have got up their admin and are able to properly resist me. That seems beneficial. But from the resistance... I don't really want to fight the resistance. Damn. Okay, Paul, find me someone else to steal stuff from. Check this one in Belarus.
Tracking target.
Oh, Sarah, it's time to improve somewhere else.
Good
What are our
orders.
odds in Australia? Not great. Not terrible, though. I think we want to grab Singapore before we grab Australia, just because it's wealthy and small,
We'll make our
which makes it good for mission control.
Where do you need me?
So let's make our appeal there first.
We'll make our appeal.
Exactly. We will make our appeal. Control. It's a low percentage play, but let's go for an influence investment. Extra control in Thailand. I like this idea of taking control of places just to jiggle around their priorities. It feels kind of forward-looking, I would say. They work for humanity first. Okay, again, I'd rather not steal from humanity first either. Can I see how much hatred missions cause on here? Yeah, how much hatred is steal hostile takeover? It's only 2. That's not that bad. First lunar base founded. Nice. Which unlocks all of those.
Our cause is unjustified.
Oh, on an 82? Damn.
People will come to our
Good
side.
roll in Singapore, though. Another good roll in Singapore? No, we didn't do another one. Already failed it, in fact. France and Bulgaria have merged. Yeah, I think the Protectorate, the priorities they use are kind of aligned with my interests, relatively speaking. So I'm kind of okay with them uniting Europe up as long as we can take it off them later.
Our supporters are in place.
Okay, there's Thailand. Good. So yeah, just as we said, and then abandon. Should have abandoned this already. And we're actually almost down to an acceptable level of control point usage. Still just Kazakhstan and China. And with consolidated executive control here. Unification candidate with Taiwan already? Ah, we can unify with them. They can't unify with us. That's right, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Plus we have consolidated executive control in Taiwan anyway. Okay, new orgs just came available. I think I saw. Good stuff. Let's take a look at those new orgs. Boost income. I don't think 0.25. I mean, that's a pretty big increase, but I don't think it's worth it. On the other hand, who is my command counselor, by the way? We don't have one assigned. She's got 5, which is actually our highest, embarrassingly. Oh, crap. Yeah, we need some command counselors. That's my mistake. I think espionage and command complement each other quite well, because you don't need to use espionage a lot of the time. So we'll try and start leveling Eli. We shouldn't need 2 advisors, given our strategy of not going after EU early. So we can start leveling Eli towards it. That's not Eli. That's Eli. Only 2 to start with, though. Yeah, we shouldn't need 2 advisor ones. So, yeah, I mean... It also grants stabilized nation. That's useful. Let's put it on... Is it Daniel my other one? Yeah, let's put it on Daniel first then. Unless you already have stabilize. You don't. Ah, but you're not government. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll put it on Eli, and he can work on some stability plays for us.
At your service.
Mike, if you go ahead and... What is the stability situation in Kazakhstan, though? Yeah, it does need someone to come and give it some attention.
Making our case.
Public campaign in Singapore
for my
looks
mission.
good. Still way over, but getting there. Getting there, I would say. Oh, Myanmar has finished. Nice. So now just barely over, right? It's not still 5, is it? From being 5 over? I think that number just hasn't updated. We're going to have to pick some enemies. Academy wouldn't be the worst enemy to have. See if we can steal anything from them. No? From Humanity First? I don't think we can be friends with Humanity First long term. Ah, but they're tough to steal. Information science research or just income? Let's take the information science research.
Where to?
Pull.
Your orders.
If there's any that are easy, there are not. Keep investigating then. I need you to find me a servant or a protectorate so we can nab stuff from them. You, meanwhile, we really need a crackdown. Who is it that get? Yeah, you have crackdown, but you're not the freaking investigator.
At your service.
We need an org that gives crackdown. You could make a very low percentage play here. You can't stabilize, can you? Daniel, I really feel like Daniel is not good. When we start trying to assassinate a bunch of people, Daniel will come into her own. Sabotage humanity first, not much point. How about a surveillance? Do a surveil round here. This seems like where
On
the
Overwatch.
where they're likely to be active. The protectorate types. It can't still be a 5 penalty.
Setting a watch.
5.6 penalty just because I'm 5 over. That seems way too harsh. There's fishing pile. Okay. I don't think we're ever going to research this. So let's obsolete that. Or the bad radiator. We're not going to research that. Boost bonus. Not going to use that. You know, I'm not going to do the boost bonus. Not soon, anyway. Let's go back to interplanetary warships at a low percentage. Just hoping to unlock something more useful.
I have new information.
There we go, a servant. Try again, so we can try and get more intel, make it easier for us to carry out missions against them. There's an org off humanity first.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Success in Singapore. Good stuff. Indonesia, meanwhile, has gone
Our
humanity
causes are
first.
justified to them.
Unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy about this decision to kind of focus Asia. I think it's going to be a bit slower in terms of mission control, just because the EU is so rich. But I think it will work. I think it will work well. And when we can get it all under China, it really simplifies our management of this area. And I think it's going to let us be kind of quite explosive in our growth when we do get to that point. Let's take another org off them.
Assets. What's the op?
Paul, what is your investigate chance against that servant you found? 60? Let's throw in a couple of ops. Give us a nice boost. You... Yeah, again, I just don't know what to do with you. Odds to assassinate them are real low. Just purge a random servant point.
We're taking power.
Everything assigned as it should be. How's that economic growth going, by the way? Approaching 19,000. That's nice. And the control points do keep coming. Good stuff.
When faced with a large
There's
problem,
nanotubes,
you
and
must
we
be
led
small.
it. Do we now run Mission to Mars? The thing is, I want the nuclear freighters before we go to Mars. Is that sensible? I think it is. I think it is. So let's not do Mission to Mars yet. I don't think we want these drives, although electromagnetic propulsion unlocks fission pulse drives, which unlocks Orion, which I think is a drive that we definitely want. So we could do that. How expensive is it? Not very, actually. So yeah, that's a good stalling research, I think. We want to make sure we lead it, though, so that we can decide what's next. Although we could always do Mission to Mars directly in this slot.
Mission abort.
Darn. Lost vision on that person, I think.
Person of interest surveilled.
A servant's evangelist. That's right, that's the one we already saw. Yes, good. But that's more intel, which means it'll be easier to attack. More influence in Singapore.
Move the needle.
They are locking down the points, which will make it harder for us to break in. We really need crackdown on our investigator. It's not
We'll be
optional.
ready for new orders soon. Mission in progress.
You just keep boosting that admin. Do any of these grant what we need? Oh yeah, and do our two commanders, who is, remind me, Daniel and Eli. Daniel, can you attack alien target? No, not right now. That's unfortunate. We would like the special air service in that case. Let's investigate. This gives purge. That would be nice. Maybe we save up for the CIA. Do I have someone from the US? Yes. So we could take this. I mean, that's a really good org, isn't it? Let's hope we get enough chance to save up
Our
for that.
enemies are still in control.
Failure under 95 in Senegambia. Ouch. Try again. What's this? Budapest received no aid and was struck by a polar vortex. Paul, my investigator. Just keep having a look at new people, trying to find new
Investigating target.
hostile takeover
Standing by
targets.
for orders.
So, monthly income +2 investigation is pretty nice.
Targeting
Let's
enemy
yoink
force.
that. That sounds good. Can't believe this is giving us a... Okay, there we go. 1.8 penalty. See, that seems much more reasonable. So the Humanity First are set to lead here. I think I would like to keep control of another slot, but it doesn't look like we're gonna. So that's okay.
They will now serve us.
Exodus person, and we got that. Good. Which we should unequip from you, because you are no investigator, madam. You are. No, sorry. You are. Oh, who's my investigator? Where are they? It's Daniel, isn't it? No. It's Paul. That's right. Paul. Here we go. Throw that on. Oh, and some new stuff's unlocked. Guns Control Nation. The Athena organization. Does give hostile interest. That's pretty good. It's not that useful on her, but a bit of espionage is good. And you know what? That puts her at 20 admin. Sorry, 25 admin. So, time to start buffing her science. Maybe we have her an advisor / fighter, but I don't think so. And then some boost and a nice chunk of science. Yes, please. 7% welfare and stabilized nation. Would be kind of useful. Some monthly income. I wouldn't say no to some monthly income and some economy bonus. Let's go with that. I don't think... the welfare bonus is nice. The question is now, do I put the Special Air Service on Daniel? Well, Daniel can't have it. On Eli. Voice of America. Not that bad. Or do I try and say... Oh, it's gone. I was going to say, or do I try and save for the really good one, but unfortunately it is gone. So yeah, I think this so that he has Assault Alien Asset. Oh, he already has it. Nuts. Is it from this that he has it, though? It is, yeah. But that's government. Daniel not being government is problematic. Means we can't put any of these, you know, special branches and special air and so on. But it means there will be things like the Mafia that we can put on him. So is this worth it just without worrying about the fact that it grants that? Plus 2 pips for 200 influence? That's not worth it. I don't think that's... just doesn't seem valuable enough. It's nice. Like, it's not a bad thing, but for 2 pips, I expect more than that. Bum, 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 bum. Level ups. Nope. China, over 19,000. Let's go. And yes, slowly fixing the inequality. There's Senegambia. Wait, where is Senegambia? Around here. Yeah. No, thank you. We abandon. And we spoil. Nanotube armor. See, that's one of the good ones early, so we definitely want to research that. And yeah, electromagnetic propulsion is being forced through by Humanity First quite quickly.
Ready to go.
Could be a lot worse.
Standing by for orders.
Alright, anyway we want to purge. Sure, we are eventually going to integrate Laos into
Ready.
stuff, so more surveillance seems valuable. And Sarah, with your 25 admin, the time has come for you to advise China. Why don't you go to ground first,
I'm getting down.
and then we'll have you advise China. And that's going to be a huge bonus. 25% bonus to the investment points that China has available is massive. So useful. How's your government score, by the way? Getting there. And we've got 1 mission control already. Hello, Humanity First Evangelist. And there's interplanetary warships. Even with the slow research, we got that done. We might as well get space tugs if we do it nice and slow, just so I can keep the focus on the global tech. I think that's probably enough influence in Singapore. Maybe I should start working on Australia, although our odds of success in Australia are quite a bit lower, and nowhere is adjacent to Australia, so we can't get bonuses from that.
We're in control.
Oh, the Protectorate are spoiling Australia? Bastards. That's not good. There's Laos, so yeah, just go welfare economy for a bit. Humanity first, given that we took it off them, may well want to take it back, but... And you know what, actually? Presumably Myanmar, Thailand can get claims on Myanmar. Is that right? Let me have a look. I don't think we can actually... Do we get income from spoils when cracks down, actually? Have I just been wasting a bunch of spoils on these nations for no reason? No. Damn. And I googled it when apparently it's in this tooltip. That's unfortunate. So what should I be doing in places that I don't intend to control soon? Probably environment? Just to try and reduce the damage that's being done to the economy by places that I don't control. Damn, that's a big mistake. We've been wasting a lot of environmental damage to no gain for that, or that in that way rather. That is unfortunate. Okay, let's change our default. Excuse me, misclicked. Let's change our default spend on new nations so that when we still go out and yoink places, we don't start doing that to them. Ah, that's unfortunate. It's not the end of the world, but it is unfortunate. It might also be the end of the world, based on, you know, the game we're playing, I guess. Priority templates. Okay, so let's have a look here. So I think our base template, so that if we just come across somewhere and don't care about it, it's probably something like this. If we care about it, we'll do it. So this is default. Save, set as default. Good. Now let me just check. I guess there's no way for me to check from this screen whether they're doing just spoils. If they're doing just spoils, this would say kleptocratic, actually. So there is a way to check. Nice. Good stuff. Okay, I think I'm going to call that episode 1. In the next episode, we will get nuclear freighters, we will go to the moon, and we will start our work on uniting up all of Asia. But until then, thanks so very much for watching. Bye-bye. Hope you enjoyed it.